Is Mount Everest really the highest mountain on Earth? Because depending on how you measure it, the answer changes completely. There's a mountain in Ecuador that breaks everything you think you know about height. And once you understand why, nothing about Earth looks the same again. Because we got nowhere to be and everywhere to go.
Have you ever asked yourself, when is the right moment to start your own adventure? We choose ours and decided now is the moment. We are Andrea, Christian and Nacho. Together we are driving the longest road in the world, over 40,000 kilometers, from the Arctic Ocean to the southern tip of South America. This is the Pan-American Highway. We're not rushing, we are here to catch every moment, every place and every story we find along the way. This isn't a break from life, this is life. Raw, real and better than we ever imagined.
For a long time, Chimborazo was believed to be the highest mountain on Earth. It was once described as the most colossal mountain mass on the planet. And when you stand in front of it, you understand why. It wasn't until the 19th century, during the Great Trigonometric Survey of India, that mountains in the Himalayas, including Mount Everest, were measured properly and shown to be taller above sea level.
Definitely worth it. Look at the clouds over here. Oh my god, that is so pretty. Just two kids,
Looking at the view.
grown-ups, screaming at the view because it's so pretty.
I know.
It's sadly that
So,
you
so
don't see
beautiful.
the view on this direction from here, because it looks amazing.
Really?
Yes.
But Chimborazo never stopped feeling larger than life. Even without the title of the highest mountain on Earth, it remains the farthest point from Earth's center and the closest place on Earth to space.
So I'm gonna try to explain why the volcano Chimborazo is technically the closest point to space and not, for example, Mount Everest. So the thing is, the Earth is not round, right? It's also not flat, of course. It's an ellipse, which means some points on the Earth are closer to the center. If you measure the height of a mountain from the sea level, then Mount Everest is the highest mountain on the world. But if you measure it from the center of the world, then the Mount Everest is on the closer part to the center, so which means it's closer to the center, and the Mount Chimborazo here is further away to the center, which means it's closer to the space. And this is why this point here is technically higher from the center of the world to the space and not Mount Everest.
One of the most striking geological theories about Chimborazo is that what we see today may not be the whole story. Some scientists believe that long ago, a massive sector of the volcano collapsed, sending enormous volumes of rock and debris racing across the surrounding Andes. In other words, Chimborazo today may be just the remaining half of a larger volcano.
This is incredible.
I'm very sad to leave, I have to be honest. I think this is my favorite camp spot of all times. So, yeah, I wish we could stay longer. But, yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. Ecuador is really beautiful.
So we just checked on the app Peak Finder, and Volcano Sangay just erupted a little bit, which is pretty cool, very amazing.
To head towards our next destination, we took a road recommended to us by Andy from Coda Vista. Eventually, we reached Simiatug, a small high-altitude town tucked deep into the Ecuadorian mountains. 94% of the people here belong to the Indigenous Kichwa communities. It was market day. The town was already awake. People in bright woven cloth moving to the streets, unloading sack of potatoes, stacking vegetables, and spreading textile across the ground like color poured into the earth. The road was carved into the steep mountains, green hills rolling out beneath us. And honestly, driving it felt a bit scary. At every turn there were traces of recent landslides, fresh cuts into the mountainside, like reminders that the road was only temporarily holding on. No matter how many countries we've been to, seeing street dogs is always painful. We carry extra food with us and we stop as often as we can. Thank you, Carolina, for giving some food to the dogs.
Poor guy. This is so crazy. I mean, we see all these landslides, and you know that the whole structure is very unstable. Then you see these houses here with these little sticks. Looks very dangerous to me to live in there, but yeah.
I don't think the people have many options.
No. Yeah, okay.
like a mini nacho. No.
Mini nacho.
No, the Schwänzchen.
Yeah.
While the countryside drive was beautiful, it was also exhausting. With no official campground nearby and daylight fading fast, we started asking locals for a place to sleep. We met Wilson, the owner of this land, who offered us a small patch to stay on for the night. The green slopes stretched out around us in layers, each hill slightly different from the next. Deep greens, dark greens in the shadows, and softer faded greens where the light touched, stitched together like a quilt across the mountains.
Hola.
Hola. Gracias.
One thing we have to say about the people in Ecuador is how friendly they are.
Hola, hola. Buongiorno. This is amazing. Now we are on 4,000 meters, and this is a road that goes up to the little radio station maybe. And this is so epic. I don't like the word epic, but this is like fitting. You see the top of the Chimborazo? So amazing.
So I think it's fair to say we love Ecuador.
Oh yeah. Show the view. Show the view.
To be honest, this would have been a perfect spot to camp for the night, especially with that incredible view. But since we had just left half an hour ago and had a clear destination ahead, we continued driving after a short break. And hey, if you made it all the way here, thank you. Every like, comment, share and subscription helps more than you know. A special thank you to those of you supporting us through Super Thanks, Patreon or in any other way. Thank you for being a part of our story. See you in the next one.